Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight, or this afternoon rather, I'm going to be reviewing a Bombardier Burning Gold. Now recently Bombardier, and I presume it's pretty recently, was bought by, I think it's Marstons, and is now brewed by the Eagle Brewery. And Bombardier itself has had a rebrand, and missing is this. The flag, and whether there's, because of the rebrand, because it's been bought out, maybe they don't own the rights to the, everyone remembers the Rick Mail adverts, the bang on and all that, and yeah, so that's called, one's called Bombardier Amber, which is Bombardier as we know it, and this one's Bombardier Gold now, new packaging, so I presume this is a slightly older bottle that I picked up. It actually says Wells Brewery on the top. Yeah, Charles Wells. But nowadays it's brewed by the Eagle Brewery, so interesting times. Taste wise, obviously it's a golden ale. Tasty, crispy, refreshing golden ale. 4.7% alcohol content, so not a bad alcohol content. I haven't had one for a while, so we'll pour it out and give it a go. So whether they've the Wells Breweries sold the rights to Toffee Pudding Ale, Bombardier Colonel's Reserve. That remains to be seen. I presume that if they bought one, they would have bought the, they'd bought the lot. Lovely smell to it. And as you can see, plenty of carbonation, nice white head on it. Day like today where it's a bit warmer than what one would have thought it was going to be. I mean, it's 70 degrees in the spare room at the moment. I haven't even got to the booze yet. I'm just supping at the froth. Not a massive aroma coming from it. I would say floral, citrus, but I can't smell anything else. But that my nose might just be off after doing hedge trimming all day. Straight away though, very refreshing. On a hot sunny day, there's nothing better than a decent golden ale, I don't think anyway. Right, let me just try and find a few reviews before my phone does a dying act on me. Right, Bombardier beer. Yeah, and as you can see on there it is. That's the new icon for Bombardier. Quite a different. So now looks like it's just been done as Bombardier Amber and Bombardier Gold, which to me is a bit loses its, I know Bombardier, everyone associates that and like the Burning Gold's like the newer version, but sometimes it's better to keep it going. So the Burning Gold, 2.83 out of 5 from 192 ratings. And what problem is, it doesn't tell you on the bottom anything about see, smell, taste. So water from the brewery well obviously not anymore because they're not made by the same people anymore. Maris Otter malt, crush not ground, Fuggles and Goldings hops sampled by hand, inspired by the words of William Blake's Jerusalem. Wells Burning Gold is a tribute to all that is celebrated in English ale. Our master brewer insists on the holy brewing method, fermenting for a full 7 days. So, actually quite low reviews to be fair. Typical pasteurised flavour of a British bottled ale. Light creamy caramel notes which are quite pleasant. It's a gold colour, but it's a fairly standard bitter with none of the features of a blonde ale. No wheat, no American hops, no lager, no lean lager character. It's a golden bitter. It's sort of biscuity and gently sweet and quite pleasant, with a moderate hop note. It's not a great beer either, but it's not terrible either. February 2018. Now brewed by Marstons at Wells Eagle Brewery and no longer pasteurised. This is a drinkable but unremarkable British bottled beer. It's a little thin and tinny, but the malt is biscuity with honey notes and the hops are gentle and mildly dusty. It's an okay beer. So I just want to get a positive review just to see what they said. This is from 2 years ago. Bright orange with initial large foamy head. This dissipates to leave thin lasting coating on beer. As I always say, down to the glass. This glass has got the printing on the bottom, like the widgety stuff, and it's retaining the head nicely. Maltiness is there amongst the hops. Caramel comes through a wee bit for me. A slight zestiness of citrus coming back into the mouth. Yeah, I do get that as well. Once swallowed. Inoffensive and certainly drinkable, quaffable. Not spectacular flavoursome, but quaffable and nice. I'll have to agree with that because there's no real strong smell to it. It smells berry, that's all you can say really. Same with the taste. There's some citrus there, some caramel, but pretty standard, standard beer really. So good carbonation on it. I suppose it's a beer because, in the world of real ales, does everybody want something that's full of hops? No, they don't really. Not everybody likes the punk IPA stuff, which is really hoppy. And some people are more traditionalists, so it's, I suppose in that way, reviews really, is down to taste. Does it taste good? I've had some beers, and some of these camera beers, the bottle conditioned ones, and you get them and they taste rancid because something's gone wrong. And if that's the taste they're aiming for, as it continues in the bottle, and some of them are just absolutely rancid. My wife paid over £3 a bottle, and for a lot of these beers, and they just were not nice tasting. This is a standard bitter. There's no great smell to it. The taste it's okay, little bits of hints really, rather than anything strong. But it's a good general bitter, and if that's the market they're aiming for, then they've accomplished what they want. Now this to me is the Wells version. So I can't remember where I got it from. Because obviously, even though companies like Eagle Brewery or Marstons have took over the making of it, that doesn't mean that it's filtered through to the shops that quickly. So that may be still the actual Wells version, and let's hope that changing whoever made it and changing the source of the water, which obviously is a thing. Different waters, spring waters, and that come out tasting differently. So it's something to to think about in any review of beer. And look, still got a decent head on it. So don't believe anybody who says that that's a head that just disappears. No, it's all down to the glass and the carbonation from the beer as well, obviously. Right, so out of 5. I actually found it quite pleasant. It's helping that it's a hot summer's day outside, autumn day. So out of 5. Toughie. It's a real toughie. I'm going to re-review some beers because, you know, some beers maybe I give a little bit too low a lower score, and some I probably might give an inflated score. But you live and learn with beers, don't you? You know, the really good beers, you know, you know them ones because they're outstanding straight away. You drink it and you're like, oh my god. And some of them you go, and the really rancid ones, it's like, oh Jesus, that's horrible. So we haven't had many really horrible beers. The one that did stop come to mind was like JW Lee's one from a few weeks ago, and that really was rancid. Although they were a good brewery, so it's, you know, obviously a one-off. The Governor, that was it. Pierre White, the Governor. Yeah, absolutely rancid beer. In Aldi's beer festival as well. As for this, yeah, very decent. A 4.2 out of 5. So, better than average. I would say my average is about 4. Anything below 4, you know, they're just not good. You know, some of the John Smith's ones are below 4. And if it falls below 3 on my ratings, then it's a dire beer. And I gave a 2.4 to Budweiser Lager because that was rubbish. And I gave a 2.3 or 2.4 to that JW Lee's effort as well. So, right, necklace. Lovely. Thanks for watching. See you soon.